Hello, my name is Glenn Dyer, and you are watching a Dyer-Situation. Today I'm seeing KIDNAP. It's one of the laziest titles I've ever seen, where Halle Berry goes on a rampage kidnapping children and selling them off to the black market. Just kidding, that would actually be somewhat interesting. From what I can see, this is a Taken ripoff, where instead of like Liam Neeson, it's Halle Berry. I'm literally the description on IMDb is one sentence: a mother stops at nothing to recover her kidnapped son. So yeah, it's just gender swap Taken, because Taken wasn't that interesting even by itself, guys. Certainly not that interesting with Halle Berry in the title. Okay, so, at least it's short, it's only an hour and a half. So, I'm pretty much expecting this to be hokey, probably really stupid, and, or on the other side, it could be over-the-top melodrama, which I do enjoy. So, I don't know. I certainly do not think this movie will be good on any, like, technical level, like, but, you know, it has the potential for, like, schlocky fun, so, let's see it. Okay. It was the melodrama. It was the melodrama. Wait. God. I'm just gonna say this right off the bat. I simultaneously love this movie and hate this movie. And here's why. I love this movie in the case of schlocky, stupid shit. When I was walking in, when I knew it was called KIDNAP, and you know, she tries, this is the lady, Halle Berry, is trying to get back her son from these people who took him, right? It's like, okay, so her son's gonna be kidnapped in a parking lot or something, and she's gonna, I don't know, track him down. She's got connections to the police. She's gonna track him down, or maybe she's got, like, I don't know, some way to track him down. No, what the movie opts for is quite honestly beautiful. Let me tell you, the way she hunts him down is literally an extended car chase. From the moment her kid is kidnapped, she sees it happen, she gets in her car, and she chases them. And this lasts for most of the movie, is one giant car chase of Halle Berry chasing after the kidnappers of her son. It is so silly. It's a housewife, well, not a housewife, she's a working mom, she's a waitress. It's a waitress in a minivan chasing down kidnappers. Driving recklessly, causing several major accidents, most likely killing at least a dozen people to get her son back. I swear to God, this movie has less car chasing than Mad Max Fury Road. A movie that was entirely about car chasing. It's so stupid. And to top it off, there's these really dumb decisions that happen. Like, for instance, who the hell came up with this? Halle Berry, because she's mostly alone throughout the movie, she, in order to keep, I guess, the stupid audience engaged, she talks to herself. She talks through everything she's doing. Even though what she's doing is obvious, she'll literally be sitting in the car and saying, I gotta keep following these guys, they got my son. Oh man, I hate that they took my son. I'm gonna drive over here and try to stop them. Like, she's talking to herself. I guess maybe you could use the excuse it's a stressful situation and she's trying to talk herself through it, but come on. Come on. So dumb. So dumb. Not to mention this one major plot hole that happens. I'm gonna spoil this just because fuck it. At one point, she tracks down, there's two people who took her kid, right? And at one point she manages to lose one of them up by the side of the street, right? One of them is like thrown out onto the side of the street and is left there. So she's chasing down the other one, the other guy who took her kid, and as she's chasing him, at one point he crashes his car. Oh, yeah. Just a side note. There was a little while there where I was wondering, hey, why doesn't she just slam her car into the side of the kidnapper's car and stuff? And I realized, oh, yeah, her kid's in there. She wouldn't want to, like, endanger the kid by slamming into the car. 15 minutes later, she is slamming into the other person's car and trying to run it off the road. And I'm like, oh, Jesus. Your kid is going to die, lady. But, anyway. So, yeah, yeah, she's chasing him down, and he gets in a car wreck. And, she asks a nearby person who's like, was there a man and a kid? And he said, yeah, they ran off that way. And so she runs off to get him, and, she eventually finds him getting into another car, and she drives off after him and that, and pursuing him in that. Leading to a really stupid scene, because he did something before where, he opened the car door and pushed her kid out the side to show, like, stop following me or your kid's gonna go out the door, you know, something like that. And then later on, while he's driving the new car, he tries to open the door again, and she prevents it by slamming her car into the side of his to prevent him from opening the door. You know, your kid's leg was sticking out there. It could have easily, like, slammed it off. It's so stupid. But anyway, I was getting to. So, yeah, she chases him into a dead end, and he slams into her, and, you know, he pretends to be dead. Her kid's not in the back seat, like, we see that, like, the kid's gone. But, like, he tries to get her, and she ends up, like, messing him up. But yeah, her kid is gone. Where is he? He's at the kidnapper's house. What? How did that happen? Well, he's with the kidnapper, he's with the other kidnapper. The one who was pushed out the side of the door. What? When did she get the kid? When did this happen? I'm not joking, like, there was no possible way she could have managed to kidnap him. Like, he was out of sight of Halle Berry for, what? Couldn't have been more than a few minutes. How? Although I guess that's just how time works in this movie, because the incident that gets Halle Berry's kid kidnapped lasts no more than, like, 30 seconds. And like, at one point, the kid has, like, a recording device on him, and Halle Berry, like, plays it back to herself, and we actually hear what the lady said to her kid in order to convince him to go to the car, and it lasted way more than 30 seconds, the exchange there. Halle Berry should have turned around and seen her kid getting abducted before then. Just saying. So, yeah, major plot hole there. There's also another plot hole later on, which is a really stupid one. They try to have this twist where, like, there's a third guy who pretends to be a neighbor, and he comes in to help, and he's holding, like, a shotgun, like, what are you doing? I heard gunshots over here. And she's like, there's kids up in the ceiling. Like, apparently this is some sort of, like, kidnapping ring. Like, they're selling off the kids into slavery or something, I don't know. But yeah, he comes in and she says, there's kids up there, and he lowers his gun, and he's like, oh my god, there are! Let me help get those two! And she's like, I didn't tell you there were two. And then he reaches for the gun in his pocket, because I think he put the shotgun down, and she whacks him in the side of the head with a shovel. But here's what I'm asking. If he was with them all along, Why didn't he just shoot her? Like, it made no sense. Like, here's how the situation would have really gone down. He knows that, like, he knows that she's not supposed to be there. He sees her with one of the kids, her kid. And most likely he knows that, like, some crazy mom has been in a fucking 2-hour-long car chase with him. So, why wouldn't the exchange go down more like this? Hey, what's going on over here? I heard gunshots. And then she says, well, there's kids. They kidnapped kids. They're up in the ceiling. And he goes, oh, really? Why didn't he do that? That seems like the far more logical thing a kidnapping ring would do, especially one that seems very okay with murder. They're out in the middle of nowhere. I mean, why not? But no, it's because they gotta spook us again, I guess. But anyway, I've been describing all the reasons I kind of like the movie just because it's schlocky and really dumb. But here's one of the reasons I hate it. And it's more to do with the culture this movie is promoting, I guess. I really don't like this helicopter parent craze. I don't like how many parents seem to think that if their kids are not in their line of sight for even a small amount of time, that they are almost certainly going to get abducted and horribly mutilated in some way. And also that society at large is completely ineffective at helping them if their child gets kidnapped. Because there's a scene in this movie where she looks at like a board full of kids who were kidnapped and she said, those people, they waited. And then she gets in her car. Like, how do you know they waited? You don't know those people. But, I hate that. I hate that mentality. To me, it's kind of like No Escape from a couple of years back. In the sense that, like... with No Escape, it wasn't like, you can't take your eyes off your kids. No Escape was more, don't ever go to a foreign country because something awful will happen and you'll be stuck away from America. You know, I just hate films that promote that kind of fear. That fear of, like, other people. And, yeah, I gotta be honest, a statistically irrational fear. Like, I could go on and on about that stuff, but just understand that, like, yeah, for me, I find helicopter parenting to be ridiculous, and I think the movie kind of promotes that in a way, because I'm sure there are parents who will be watching this and saying, well, she should not have turned her back on her kid when he was in a public place. He should have been chained to the fucking chair, because it can't... You know, somebody will kidnap him. See, I hate that. That's what I mean. I love this movie for being stupid. I hate this movie for being stupid. And that's essentially it. This is not well written. There was a ton of stupid lines in the film. One, especially when she kills one of the kidnappers. She says, oh, and she looks at his license and she's like, oh, your name is Willie. Well, it was. And I think that was supposed to get a laugh out of the audience, but everyone in my theater was just like... but yeah, a lot of stupid dialogue. Really terrible decisions, like having Halle Berry talk to herself most of the time. Bad morals. And really bizarre ideas. I don't know why most of this movie was a car chase. That was so weird. So yeah, I don't know, maybe check it out on Netflix someday, but I don't think it's worth a theater viewing in any case. And until next time, I'm Glenn Dyer, and you have been watching A Dyer-Situation.